Of new people that are coming on that have come on board this month. I want to welcome. I'm Randy. I'm the broker. If you didn't meet me, you will meet me because I am at offices here and there every day. So you'll probably come into that. It's been a great month. One of the things is what a great feeling to have our company actually come together. It's been 4 months now. We're in our 5th month. The first 2 months were holidays, and coming together as two major conglomerate companies has been a lot of work. What we've seen is this last month, we've seen the fruits of our labor with the escrows and the lending. The people passing that off. Our escrow company is busy. It's booming. It's getting busier. We're growing that, and I want to thank those girls because they've done a hell of a job. Kelly, if you're watching, thanks. B, Melody, Monique, Julie. I think I caught most of them. Yeah, they've been busting their ass, and we got a lot more coming. I want to thank everyone for jumping in and using the escrows. They did all that. Elaborate on some of the agents. Some of our agents have been using our escrows for a long time, and they came to when the market changed. They're like, "Man, we're trying to get more business. We're trying to get more business." This last month, we've seen an increase in business that I have never seen in a company before. We are rocketing right now with business, and I'm so happy about that. These boys and the people coming behind me are going to explain where the market's at and stuff like that. But I'm supposed to not talk about that because they don't want me to. So I have to cut I get a list of what I can talk about. Anyway, I want to thank the escrow, 21st Century Escrow. They're going to be sponsoring our awards banquet that's coming up on the 26th. And I want to thank them for that. It'll be the 26th. And if you've got an award coming, you already know about it and you'll be there. One of the things that's going to be going on great there is Mike Nieder's coming for his 2nd year to be there with us to pass out awards. So Mike will be at the awards banquet that night doing that. And that's the 2nd year in a row. You're about to hear a bunch of new stuff coming out with our company. Our company is I always talk, you guys hear me say this all the time. There's 4 types of company. You're either expanding, you're protecting, you're declining, or you're surrendering. There's no other kind of companies out there. That's Mike Ferry, my coach, tells me that all the time. And the last thing he always tells me before he hangs up is recruiting solves all our problems. So our job is prospecting. Your guys' job is to prospect for clients, listings, and buyers. Okay, that's your job. Our lenders prospecting for refis and purchases. We do our job, and you guys will notice this that we do our job very well, and we're very busy doing our job. So a lot of times when you guys are looking for us or whatever, why haven't you seen us? Is because we're trying to grow the company in a direction that's going to better it for everybody, not just for us, but for everybody. I'm going to turn this over now to Eric with Cutco. He's one of our knife guys. Come on up, Eric. You're late already. Come on, you got 5 minutes. That minutes is already gone. That's it. Eric's going to talk a little bit. Eric is one of our preferred vendors for your clients with knives and stuff like that. So he puts out the Cutco knives with your clients' names on them and stuff. It's something that's been around forever, and it's probably one of the best things I know that your clients, every time they pick that up, they see it. So Eric's been a part of our company for quite a few years. So we brought him up here. You guys are going to start seeing some of our local people that come through and do stuff. Go ahead, Eric.
Beautiful. Yes, sir. Just hit it right. Cool. Good morning, everybody. It's gonna be a great day when the next guy shows up. Oh, yeah, I appreciate you here. I got more too. It's just an opening joke. I do comedy too, but so our team, we don't just sell knives. It's really what we're doing here for agents, lenders, all business owners is we're actually in the business of keeping you top of mind forever. Disguise your appreciation in your gifting system. The reason it is a must to stay top of mind, right? According to NAR, here's the facts. According to NAR, our National Association, where's what's up, Zoom people? Where's that? Oh, okay. I like to call it the people without pants on, but it's okay. Hello. Use do again in the future. They shook your hand. They said, I appreciate you coming over. I got your map. I got your flyer, throw the trash. They don't want to take a guess. Shout it out. What percentage of people actually use the same realtor 2 years later? Right? Much we like to hate to admit it, like people aren't sitting around talking about the real estate professionals much as we like to think they are. Why is it from 9 out of 10? I've been doing this for over a decade. I wish I had a better, sexier, sleeker answer, but the bottom line is you're not top of mind, right? They're not sitting around bragging about you as much as we want to be. So what we have done is we've taken a first-class, 100% American-made, extraordinary, high-quality product, and we brand your name on it, right? So show of hands, just quick show of hands. Raise your hand, keep it up really high. If you own a piece of Cutco, you give one out or you have them in your house. Keep your hands up, right? Look around the room. Look at all the sexy and intelligent people with their hands up right now, right? Look, so what it is, Cutco, if you haven't heard of it, it's 100% American made. Woo, yeah. Backed by a forever guarantee, made in upstate New York. Cindy, you said you're from there or you're? How long have you had the Cutco for? Right? 20 years. Here's the facts. Thank you. Here's the facts. 90% of gifts that you give are consumed in the first 90 days. Wine, champagne, gift cards, gift baskets. Where do they go? You tell me. Where do they end up? They eat it. They drink it, right? If you hear anything I say about appreciating clients today, just hear this. How is the gift you're giving representing the lifetime relationship you plan on having with your clients? So we take your name, your logo, your tagline, we put that in the right on the blade, and we put that in the most used room in the entire household, which is what? The bedroom, baby. I'm inviting you to every comedy show I do. You're the best. Yeah, it's a center point of the home. It's where your friends and family are gathering. So we put this little mini billboard in the most used room in the house. It's the lowest cost per touch marketing in the world. Cost-wise, they range in price from $100 to $250. It's the same money we're already spending anyway on the gift cards and the champagne, but who's smart with their taxes and can tell me because these gifts are engraved, what does that mean? You can write off 100% of the cost of the gift, right? We're already spending the money anyway. So kind of bring it home here. The way that it works is we ship you out what we call a 1-year supply of gifts. It's kind of like business cards. You have them in your office. They're ready to go at all times. These are a little bit more costly than business cards. So we ship you everything at once, but we bill it over 6 months automatically interest-free. So the whole idea is when you have a closing, a referral gift that you need, a home anniversary, a client appreciation event, or maybe your friend's birthday you forgot about, you have a gift ready to go. Every gift comes with a customizable letter, a script. Our team, Sharp Retention, we're really good at what we do, and that's making you look awesome when you're giving gifts out to your clients. So you can go do everything else in your life, like selling real estate and living life. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to pass a couple of the gifts around. Please, if you have one on you, super important, pull out a business card. All right, you're going to want to stick a card in the box. I'm only out about once or twice a year, so I want to make sure we can stay in touch. Please don't touch the blades. They're super sharp. Randy, look at me. All right. There's always a guy. It's always one guy. Don't be that guy.
Great idea.
So as they go around, sticking cards in the box. The last thing is I do like to reward people for taking action now on things they know they might want to do eventually anyway. Okay, because we're all going to sell some homes this year and appreciate our clients. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Absolutely. So I have a massive goal for the years. I hope everyone else in the room does as well. I've been doing this for 16 years. My goal this year is to help 552 people with their client retention and branding. That breaks down today. I'd like to help at least 4 people. How many people does Eric want to help today?
4.
Cool. So the first 4 people who come see me after the meeting, in addition to any quantity discount, I'm going to buy you $150 of Cutco for free for your own home or office. Because the only thing in the whole world better than Cutco is
Free Cutco.
yes, that's the line. You never know. You never know with a new office. Let's try it one more time. That's your line. All right. So the only thing in the whole world better than Cutco is
Free Cutco.
love it. If you know you want to be one of those first 4, put a little star in your card and I'll bring you a price sheet to take a look at. But I'm just super stoked to be a part of the expansion, the growth, the takeover of the Thompson family. You guys are incredible. You're in the right place. you're just talking about at the right time. Things are blowing up. We're keeping moving forward because that's the only way the time goes. That's the only way that our businesses go. So appreciate all of y'all. Stick your cards in the box and have a super sharp rest of your day. Thank you.
All right, all right. How many people we got on Zoom today, Jesse? 76, and some of them are offices, so we're probably north of 100. Okay, great. I got some really quick. We're going to keep this one quick. If you guys tuned into last month's Connect, we did it about 2 hours. We're trimming it way back. We know time is valuable, time is money. So we're going to keep it to an hour today. You're about to hear from some of our market experts on lending, on real estate, what's happening in the market. We got a lot of exciting things, but I have just some quick updates on the brokerage. We've been busy. My dad mentioned and alluded to some things that we've been up to. We've been talking with a lot of brokerages right now that are having a tough time. The last 10 months for a lot of brokerages have been very challenging. The market's been transitioning, it's been challenging, and we're blessed to be able to help 3 brokerages in the month of May. We're actually going to be bringing on 3 new brokerages. One of them is based out of Chino Hills, so we'll be having a new Chino Hills office that'll be opening in May. We're going to have a transition happen at our Corona office. Our Corona office is a pretty small, I think it's like 1,500 square feet.
Not this big.
It's less than that. There's 11 agents out of there. One of them is Linda Holmes. We got Monica, we got Dulce, we got a whole bunch of agents that are great and producing out of that office, but we're going to move them actually over to a new office in Corona that is significantly larger. It's kind of an industrial feel. It's got a lot more space, a lot more offices, newly renovated, and that's going to be happening in the month of May as well. Lastly, we have an office in Ocean Beach. It's really small. It's a 2-bedroom unit that was converted into an office. It's a great brokerage down there. They've decided to join over. They have about 70 agents that are going to be joining the brokerage. Guys, this is great. These are additional people to network with, to collaborate with, additional spots that you can visit. If you're down in the far south parts of San Diego, stop by the Ocean Beach office. It's a cool little vibe. Me and Matt had lunch down there. We got a $17 burrito. It was delicious.
We split it.
Yeah, we split it. Yeah. It was big. It was big. It was big. So that's kind of what's going on right now. We're always looking to continue to expand. Remember, the bigger we're able to get this thing, the more tools we're able to offer to all of our wonderful agents. If you're not currently taking advantage of some of the tools that we offer, Follow Boss, the best CRM in the entire world as it relates to real estate. It's free for you guys. Ylopo, one of the most successful marketing platforms. It's free to you guys. You guys just need to reach out to Hunter. Hunter will get you guys hooked up. He'll set it up for you. If you're not taking advantage of some of those tools, you absolutely have to. Telegram. If you're not on Telegram, I'm going to encourage you and ask that you get on Telegram. Okay. How many of you guys are on Telegram? You get all the dings on your phone like I do. Hey, listen, turn off the notifications so it doesn't buzz you and drive you nuts. But it's great when you plug in. There's some great conversations. There's some great opportunity to collaborate with other agents, not only in your own office, but across the entire brokerage. So really cool, fun way to use technology. The concierge team. How many of you guys have used our concierge team? How many of you guys like our concierge team? How many of you guys appreciate our concierge team? Let's give them a round of applause. Concierge team.
If you're not using them, get using them.
Yeah, you got to use them. We have an entire marketing team that is at your guys's just ready for you guys to send them a request. If you guys don't know how to submit a request, talk to Michelle, talk to me, talk to anybody up here on the management team. You guys have to start using our concierge team. They do amazing artwork. They'll build you out some great marketing pieces you can post on social media. You can create flyers, door knock hangers, all of the above. Let's see. Coaching. Robert's going to be talking here in a little bit. He's going to be giving you an update on the real estate market. Please, if you guys are interested in getting a coach, if you're interested in getting a mentor, Matt will be the person that you can talk to about getting a mentor, or if you want to become a mentor, Matt is the individual that you talk to. If you want to talk about getting a coach, talk to Robert. We have a team of coaches that are amazing. They include Neil, they include Robert, just to name a few. Matt's one of our coaches. Terry's one of our coaches. We have Patty, that's one of our coaches. We have a great group of coaches. So please feel free to reach out. The difference is a coach is for someone who has already established their business and is doing a decent amount of production. They want to take it to the next level. A mentor is for someone who is really looking to kind of learn how to become that producing real estate agent, and maybe has 1 or 2 or 3 deals that they've done, but they're really looking to take it to the next level. Did I do it? Sounds about right? Yeah. Last thing I'm going to tell you guys. We had a meeting last week with all of our TCs. We currently have 32 TCs that service our entire brokerage. That includes our in-house TCs, and that includes our independent TCs. Okay, 32 TCs. We got them all on a call. It was great. They actually really like it. We do a quarterly meeting with all of our TCs just to talk about best practices, general expectations that we have as a brokerage. They love hearing it. They get to see each other. There's like virtual high fives. It's pretty cool. And we talked a little bit about some changes in regards to our expectations as it relates to SkySlope. We need them entering all the information into SkySlope. How many of you guys know that data is important? If you're an analytical, you're going to raise your hand. Otherwise, you might not care. I love data. And the only way I can get my hands on the data is by having the information entered into SkySlope the right way. I can pull out, a lot of really interesting information that will help us direct you guys in the right way and what's happening in the market. Okay. So please make sure that your TCs are taking the time to enter all the information, all the documents, and fill out all the fields. And then lastly, we talked a little bit about our new partnership for NHD. NHD, My NHD is a company that a lot of you guys have heard of. Many of you are probably using, majority of you are probably using. We've actually created a cool little partnership with them. We have our own 21st century NHD company now. Louder? Okay. We have our own 21st century NHD company now. We put it in front of the TCs. So we would encourage and appreciate you guys utilizing that. It's My NHD. It just has our logo on it. So it'll help us out a lot if you guys can point them in that direction as well. Any questions on that?
Actually include an additional report for the same price.
It's all the same price. It's all the same price. It's the exact same thing. It's a private label that we have now because we wanted to keep everything consistent with 21st century. It's My NHD with it actually says like powered by My NHD. So it's literally still My NHD.
The 21st century NHD.com, you'll see My NHD right below it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we provided it to all the TCs because we know that's who's traditionally, working on the files, but we wanted to put it in front of all of our agents as well. We just had that meeting last week. So that's something that's changing.
Have to put 21st century, you're doing an offer, you have to put that.
You don't have to because it literally says powered by My NHD on the report and on the website. And so you don't actually have to put 21st century, but over time, I would assume that a lot of you will. Okay. But we've talked with Cindy and we've talked with a number of other people in regards to whether or not that's required because it's still a My NHD product and because it references My NHD, it's not an issue whatsoever. Okay. Cool. Well, that's all the updates I got for you guys. I am actually going to pass it over to Robert. Let's give Robert a round of applause.
Good job. All right, very good. So Keith told me that I had 10 minutes, and as an expressive, I wrote 30 seconds worth of material. Figure that would cover my 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start out by going over the state of the market. Okay, we're going to go over some stats. We're going to go over some things going on, and I want you to know something. Things are getting exciting. All right, things are getting exciting. So if you have a pen, paper, you want to take some notes, I want you to write a few numbers down. Now, I know I said things are getting exciting. We're going to start with something that seems not so exciting. No, I am the last person you want dealing with compliance. We will all go to prison. All right, so we're contracts, compliance, legalities. The only thing I know about legal is how much attorneys cost. Okay, that's all I know. All right, so here's what I want you to write. Well, listen to this one first. Active listings are continuing to decrease in our MLS. Okay, each month is continuing to go down. So every month since June, the active listings, which is the total number of listings on the market, has decreased. Okay, so we're continuing to trend downwards in terms of active listings on the market. That's the bad news. But now we're going to get to some exciting news. So I want you to write this number down. 26,679. 26,679. That was the number of pendings in March of 2022. So in March of 2022, in our MLS, 26,679 went pending. Now write this number down, 11,081. 11,081. That was the number of pendings in December of 2022. So from March to December, the number of pendings dropped 59%. Okay. And I'm sure a lot of us felt that, right? Not a lot of deals going into escrows. We kind of felt the struggle. Well, guess what? Pendings in January, February, and March this year, the arrow's going up. Okay. Pendings are increasing the last 3 months. We went 10 months straight of decrease. Now we're going back up. Okay. So we're trending in the right direction. Good news. Yes. Okay. Closings. 25,636. 25,636. That's how many closings there were in March of 2022 in our marketplace. 25,636. Now write down 10,583. That's how many closings there were in January. So we went from 25,000 to 10,000. Again, a 59% decrease in closings in our marketplace. And again, we felt it, right? Felt like we couldn't get deals closed. It was a struggle. Well, there was a 59% decrease. 11 straight months of decreased closings. Well, guess what? February, March, closings just going straight up. As a matter of fact, the closings in March were 60% higher than January. Okay, so certainly starting to feel that. And as a company, we felt it as well. Okay, because March, our closings went straight up. So thank you, 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 and thank you. Okay, because if the company doesn't get paid, I don't get paid. So on behalf of the Hertel family, thank you. Okay, 60% straight up. So great news. I didn't write down the exact number, but it was 60% higher than January. Days on market. We felt days on market increasing. Yes, 2022. From May 2022 to January 2023, every single month, the days on market average increased. The arrow was straight up every single month. Okay. Well, in February, it got flat. From January to February, it stopped going up. It went flat. And in March, it came down. So for the first time in 10 months, the average days on market is less than the month before. Starting to sell a little bit quicker. Okay. You're seeing more activity. All right. And then last two stats. I know some of you that are not analytical are really annoyed right now. Okay. We're getting there. Percentage of original price. So how does the average home sell compared to the list price? April of 2022, the average home sold for 6.7% above list price. 6.7%. Now write down 4.5%. In December, the average home sold for 4.5% below list price. So in just a matter of 8 months, we had an 11.2% swing. 6.7% above list price to all of a sudden 4.5. Okay. And again, we felt it. Okay. Right. Buyers offering low, interest rates higher. Well, in January, it stopped dropping. It flattened out. And then February and March, it started to tick back up to where March, the average home sold for 1.7% below list price. So we're starting to trend back to homes selling at list price for the first time in almost a year. Okay. And then the last thing here, you don't have to write this down, but the average price per square foot dropped every month from May to January and has increased the last 2 months. So quick recap. Active listings are still down. Pendings are up. Closings are up 60% from March to January. Okay. Days on market decreasing for the first time in 10 months. Average home is starting to tick up in terms of close to list price again, and price per square foot is starting to go up again. Folks, there's some excitement in the marketplace. All right. There is some excitement in the marketplace. And for the first time, it seems like in a while, right? Feels like the last 10 months, there was just a dark cloud. over us. And for the first time in a while, it feels like the sun's coming out, right? There's some excitement in the marketplace. Things are happening. Buyer and seller activity is increasing. But do you want to hear some really great news for you? Okay. And the people listening? Nobody wants to hear any great news. Okay. Moving on.
Yes.
Sometimes I ask questions and respect a response. This is how a conversation works. Agent activity is not picking up. Agent activity is not picking up. Okay. So as someone who runs a real estate division, that's depressing. For agents like you, that's a giant smile on your face. This is your opportunity to stack up business. Pendings are up, closings are up, days on market is down. This is the time to stack up business. Stack up leads, stack up listings, stack up escrow, stack up database, because the activity is out there, okay? At some point, agents will come back, okay? They're not going to come back full time, but they're going to come back. But here's the thing, even if 1,000 agents only close one transaction, that's still 1,000 deals off the table, cumulatively. Don't let those 1,000 deals go to waste. Stack it up right now. It's time to stack that up. We're going to talk about a couple things. Last number I want you to write down. 1.8 billion. 1.8 billion. In March, that's estimated how much commission income was handed out to real estate agents in our MLS. Not in the state, not in the country, in our local MLS, real estate agents made $1.8 billion. Does that seem like a lot of money to anyone except me? Seems like yeah, okay. Do you think that number is going to be higher in April? Absolutely, it's going to be higher. We're probably going to hit 2 billion in April. Go get some. Go get some. $1.8 billion. Robert, there's nothing closing. At $1.8 billion, how much do you need to pay your bills? That should pay your mortgage, I would assume. Okay. Go get some money. All right. Are you starting to feel excited now? Okay. We're starting to feel a little bit of excitement, right? Going on in the marketplace. I'm telling you, the first time in a while. First time in a while. All right. So here's what we're going to finish up with. What do you need to do to capture more business right now? Okay. I wrote down a couple things here. We're going to go through quickly. What do you need to do to capture more business right now? Talk to more people is part of it, but I wanted to do something outside of the norm. Okay. So I wrote down number 1, hustle. Good old fashioned hustle. Okay. Absolute most important thing you can do right now is hustle. Okay. More important than skills, more important than anything else. You have to hustle. You have to be active. You have to be everywhere. Call more, text more, email more, ask more questions, ask for more referrals, hold open houses, do pop buys with your database, be a deal maker. You just got to be on the go all day. All day long, you got to be on the go. The agents that are making money right now are on the go all day. 75% of your day should be in hustle activities. Okay. We'll figure out the websites later. We'll figure out all the other technology stuff later. Right now, you got to stack up business, hustle, 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 hustle. That's the number 1 thing you can do every single day. I wrote down number 2, be greedy. Anyone ever seen the movie Wall Street? Gordon Gekko? Greed is good. Right now, it's good. Be greedy. I've been saying this for a year and I'm doubling down on it. Now, when I say be greedy, here's what I mean. Steal other people's databases. Steal other people's farms. Adopt the buyer on your closed listings. When you close a listing, do you reach out to the buyer a couple months after that? Some of you do, some of you don't. Do you think the other agents are really good at staying in touch with their database? No. So there's a buyer, and who knows the property better that they just bought than you as the listing agent? Reach out to them, adopt them, call people's databases. Everyone you talk to, ask them if you can add to your database. It's very simple. Hey, before I let you go, one of the things I do for other people in your neighborhood is keep them updated of what's going on in the marketplace. Do you mind if I do the same for you? Yeah, sure. Every 2 months, give them a call. Add to your database. Is database typically your number 1 source of business? So should we add to it? Okay, great, all right? They haven't heard from their agent in months, maybe years. Be their real estate resource, okay? And I want you to think about this in terms of adding people to your database. Online leads exist because people don't have a real estate agent they trust to call for information. That's why online leads exist, okay? It's people in your neighborhood that have a real estate question, but don't have an agent to call, so they go to Zillow. They go to realtor.com and request information. If every single one of you simply called your database and called everyone in your neighborhood, online leads would not exist. Don't let anyone in your neighborhood become an online lead. Okay, be greedy. Go get them in your database. Last couple points. I wrote down here, pre-qualify. Pre-qualify. We talked about listings being down, correct? You don't have time to work with bad leads. Okay, so you need to pre-qualify faster to either get them moving faster or get them out of your lead faster. Okay, we don't have time to keep working with leads. If they're not motivated, they're not going to do anything. If they have a 2% interest rate, which maybe they got a couple years ago, and they're not motivated, are they going to sell their house and go buy another one?
Nope.
No. Stop trying to force it. Pre-qualify. Are they motivated? Okay, if they're not motivated, they're not going to do it. They're not going to buy. They're not going to sell. Why would a seller sell their house right now if the average price is below list price? If they're not motivated to sell, it's not going to happen. Okay, pre-qualify faster. Go find the good leads. Okay, be consistent. I wrote down next, be consistent. 20 contacts per day, 5 days a week is vastly more productive than 100 contacts 1 day a week. At the end of the week, it's the same number of contacts in your analyzer. It's 100. 20 contacts 5 days a week, vastly more important than 100, vastly more productive than 100 contacts 1 day a week. You have to be in business every day to keep the momentum going, to keep yourself relevant, to keep the mind positive. If you only have one big working day a week, are you going to stay positive for 6 more days about real estate? No, it's impossible. But if I'm in it every day, if I'm prospecting every day, if I'm previewing every day, if I'm practicing every day, can I stay positive and energized about real estate? Yes, you have to be consistent, okay? And then the last 2 things I wrote down here is work on your skills daily. Work on your skills daily. Good news, there's less agents working. Bad news, all the agents working are probably pretty good. Okay, that's the bad news. Every listing, you're competing against the best agents in town. Okay, you're competing against Tim Gallegos. You're not competing against Shim Gallegos, his cousin, who's also an Uber driver who happens to have a real estate license. Okay, you're competing against the best every single day. And so therefore, if you're going to go get listings, you got to be really good, which means you have to work on your skills every single day. And then the last thing I wrote down here is block out the negative noise. In the real estate world, is the noise typically positive? In the real estate world, are most real estate agents positive and exciting people? Is the media that covers real estate super high energy and positive? No. Does any of that negativity help you be more productive? No. Okay. Don't let the negativity in the media, the negativity of other agents, the negativity from your family stay in your head. Okay. Your home is not your most valuable possession. Your mind is. Okay. Don't let that valuable possession be compromised. If that negativity gets in there, you are not going to close any business, because do clients want to work with negative people? Absolutely not, because they're getting that same negativity. You have to be the ray of hope. You have to be the excitement. You have to be the one where the clients go, what the hell is he so excited about? Because everything I read is bad. Okay. Be that positive influence in their life. Don't let the negativity get you. It's one of the hardest things you can do. But if you don't let it, you're not going to be productive. If you stay positive and you hustle every day, you are going to be massively successful between now and the end of the year. Make sense? That's all I got. Blake, floor's yours, sir.
Well, that's a tough one to follow. Hello, everybody. I'm Blake Corkill, Director of Growth here. Lots of exciting news going on for lending. Lots to share, lots going on. We're going to keep it pretty brief here. My counterpart will come up after me, Greg. But a reminder, everybody, where can we originate loans? I want everybody to know that we can originate loans in California, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, Idaho, Illinois, and Texas. So if anybody has clients relocating to these states, which I'll drop all these states in Telegram later, relocating, partner up with us. Let's stay in touch with them. Let's get them relocated. Keep them in our CRM. We'll stay in touch with them for you. So if they have friends or family, it's 2 people staying in touch with our clients at one time and getting that referral back with friends and family every single time. Let them leave the state in a good note and have all their friends and family follow them. And we can keep doing it. Also, what that means for the agent is when you send that referral over, you know you're sending a referral over to another agent. You're going to get your referral and you're going to send them over with a good loan officer that knows is going to stay on top of that and get that referral money for you. So we're going to close that loan in that other state and make sure it's good. So we'll have that out in Telegram so everybody knows that. Some interesting stats though, since we're talking about a lot of numbers today. LA County, I'm going to use as primary because we're in LA today. I'll be dropping a lot of these stats in Telegram also, so everybody can have downloaded flyers so they can look at it all. They're very nice and pretty. So some interesting stats, guys. There are 5 million renters right now in LA County, and there are 1 million renters, according to the IRS, that could afford a home right now. So that is IRS data. That doesn't mean all the other special loan programs we have out there that could tackle everything else that doesn't maybe fall under that category, right? So self-employed, 1099 only, VRBO, short-term rentals, anything that your client needs, we'll be able to help them. But out of that 1 million homeowners, 60% of them are going to be first-time home buyers that could afford to rent right now. With everything going on in the market, we know there's exciting programs. Greg's going to talk about a few of them that can help our first-time home buyers afford a home with very to little no money out of pocket. We have a lot of programs that can help them do that, along with, again, various other programs. With that being said, rates are actually going down a little bit, guys. Homes are becoming a little more affordable as rates start to trickle down. Today, our conventional market rate is, if they want to buy the rate down, we can get them down to 5.5%, 2% cost, that'd be a cost of the borrower, or our par rate, meaning no cost of the borrower, is 6.5%. That's a conventional loan, 5% down, guys. So that's only with 5% down, 6.5% rate. That's actually really good. For a company, we keep our margins low in the lending side so we could get your buyers pre-approved and well qualified, right? And pre-approved for a higher amount because our margins are lower, so our rates are much lower than most competitors. VA borrowers, if we're doing a buy down, we're under 5% right now, guys, for less than 2% cost. And if we do no cost of the borrower, we're at 5.5% on a VA loan. That is very affordable for all our VA buyers. So with FHA, we're under 5%, 4.9% with a 2% cost, or no cost at all, 5.5% also on every FHA loan out there. These are all no down payment or minimum down payment options. Rates will get better if you put 20% down, 30% down, whatever that might be. So these are basically worst case scenario prices for someone to be able to afford to get into a home. Something else I'd really love to touch on is, out of all the homes being built, we know that they're trying to ramp up building, get everything going. Right now in LA County, we have about 25,000 homes being built in LA County right now. We're still about 50% down, so we need another 25,000 to be built. But as we know, the construction is starting to ramp up a little bit. We're noticing as they're going, we're starting to see more homes going up. When you guys are working with new homes, give us a call. Right now, we're collectively beating a lot of, like KB Homes, for instance. They stopped a lot of incentives at KB Homes, I was told. So we're collectively beating those lenders and getting our buyers into these homes for much cheaper, lower PMI, better down payment options, and all those things. So if you guys have anything or any kind of loan scenario you'd like us to run, please send it to Greg and I, and we'll get you in touch with a loan officer that will be able to help you guys and get you guys everything you need. Otherwise, I appreciate all the business and everybody reaching out to Greg and I and having us help you. If you guys have anything or any questions or concerns, bring it up to us. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you. Keep it easy. Keep it very easy.
All right, thank you. Awesome. So a couple bullet items that I have, and I'm going to keep it somewhat brief in comparison to normal measures. So yeah, the biggest objection I hear from everybody is it a good time to buy? It's not a good time to buy. And a lot of people have this notion rates are too high. They're concerned about the banking crisis. The sky is falling. And I hear it time and time again, and it's almost like I'm a broken record. So rather than be at a point where it's a one-off conversation I have with people on a day-to-day basis, Figured it'd be great to just nail it and freaking throat punch them with the ammo that I got, basically. But number one thing is that we all realize as soon as rates start to come down, property values are going to go up a lot. A lot. When rates come down, there's going to be more available buyers in the market. Read a clip from Barry Habib, one of the keynote pros and analyst individuals in our industry, that's 1% decrease in rates going to open up an additional 5 million buyers in the US. And based on how expensive it is to live in California, I'd imagine most of them are going to be sitting in our state. I don't think that when rates come down 1%, all of a sudden there's going to be, you know, a boatload of people somewhere in the Midwest, Iowa, Kentucky, wherever. So just having said that, when rates come down, property values are going to go up. Okay. Take that a step further. Is it a good time to buy right now? You're getting a pretty good deal on the house right now. Property values are, you know, as much as some people are like, oh, these houses are so expensive. The fact of the matter is when rates come down, they go up. Well, then I would have to refinance. Well, the refi is going to cost you maybe $7,000 or $8,000 in cost. Let's even call it 10 just to keep it a simple number. If the property value you buy now for 800, when rates come down, jumps up to 850, 875, 890, you know, 99, whatever, the spread in the equity and the appreciation you get is going to greatly outweigh any cost that it would take to refinance. So if you get into it now, could rates come down and you drop down your payment? Heck yeah. But at least you're getting the house for the best price, and also getting it for a better, you know, when it comes down to the property tax base and the like. But from the standpoint of you know, that rate differential, I've had other people when it comes down to the banking crisis and to touch on it, and I've mentioned this in some past training, but I throw it out there again. A lot of people harken back to what happened in 07, 08 and feel right now these banks are failing. You know, property values are going to tumble. The market's going to crash. The reality of things is right now we've had two banks, you know, that had issues, and one of them was in Silicon Valley and the other one was in Manhattan, and they had a lot of depository relationships with people that were venture capital folks looking for high yields. And the banks made mistakes by parking money in treasury bonds. When rates were low 2 years ago in COVID, the treasury bond yield was very high. They go in reverse kind of motion. When rates went up, the treasury bond yields came way down, and those banks got caught. They got caught in a pickle, and they were losing money on that spread. Coupled with the fact that once the depositor, the client customer themselves got nervous and there was anxiety, they pulled their money in deposits. The bank wasn't liquid. They weren't making it. I mean, they could hang in there if you weren't going to pull your money. I had a shot to try to get through it. The second that happened, no shot. So the rule of thumb right now is it's more of a balance sheet issue. Are the treasury bonds always going to be where they are now? Hell no. Changes day to day. As rates come down, they'll jump back up. The government has come in, said that we'll act as a conservatorship, and no bank, we're not going to have any of these banks fail. We're here for you. If I drew stats that I used in training a couple of weeks ago, and I talked about this issue, there are over 600 banks in the United States that failed in 07, 08, and soon thereafter. We're talking right now, there's 2. And the government has come in and said, hey, we're going to steady the ship. And when they get things back right, and the balance sheet is we're going to look for either they take it back over or we'll figure it out from there. But at no point in time is any of that going to affect us. Okay. Even the people that are in there, they're guaranteeing the deposits. So it should be like, hey, that's not even an issue. We're talking 2 banks. You know, I mean, you talk about just a random sampling. Whoa, woe was me. It's nothing on the larger scope of things. So from that little double-edged sword there, the banking crisis really shouldn't be a non-issue as long as it's easily and well explained. And where we are from a rate standpoint, you know, it is what it is, but the refi is out there, you know, as far as getting it down, getting your payment down the road. Other nugget I wanted to talk about, and there's all this buzz about the most recent Cal HAFA conventional Dream for All program, you know, and it's a great product. We did some training on it this week, both Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm a fan. It's a great down payment assistance program. The couple nuggets and takeaways in there, it's giving you 20% of the purchase price as a down payment assistance loan. There's no interest on that. So it's really good. There's some shared appreciation that goes into it when you eventually refi, sell, whatever, but you know, it's not like there's not some offsetting or mitigating factor, but you're getting a 20% of the down payment. And the fact of the matter is you're only making a payment on the 80% first trustee loan. And you're only qualifying on that. You're not qualifying with any, buy $1 million home, you're only qualifying the $800,000 first trustee note. The other $200,000 down payment assistance second, nothing into the qualifications and income in relation to debt. Gives you a lot more purchasing power, a lot more. There's no limit on the sales prices either. So could I go to the extent to take it up in price? Could I do a $1.5 million purchase price? Real quick, hold on one second. $1.5 million purchase price, 20% down is 300 grand. That's at 1.2. This is a conventional only program. So our high balance limit here in LA County is 1,089,000. I think it's 1,089,300, I think is the number, but call it 1,089,000. If I took 1.5 million, I took the down payment assistance second for 300 grand to 1.2. You'd need 100,000, 111,000 bucks to get it down to the 1,089,000, but you just got in making a payment on 1,089,000. You brought in a little bit of money. You bought a house that's a nice pad for 1.5 million. You got 300 grand to help you out along the way, and you're only qualifying and making payments in that 1,089,000 bucks. So it gives you opportunities to get more purchasing power. There are some people out there that have income that we can't use. They're getting cash under the table. Might be a new job. It might be that we have multiple borrowers, and maybe one of them, happens to be the individual taxpayer identification number, ITIN. I could have 2 or 3 other borrowers in there that get standard W-2s. Well, maybe on this, because I'm only qualifying the lesser loan amount and price, maybe I don't even need the ITIN person, which wouldn't qualify for this program. But I can drop into these others, and the rates on these, they're established by CalHFA. They're like 6.25, 30-year fixed rate, base price. You got to pay fees from there. But 6.25 for a 30-year fixed, where you're getting 20% of the purchase price for down payment assistance, home run, no mortgage insurance, absolute home run trot. I mean, walk off. It is definitely an excellent program. I'd take it one step further. Did you have a question about that program? This doesn't count in my 5 minutes. Yeah, so everything I've read in the guide say as soon as you refi, I've heard that as kind of like a urban legend, but everything in the guides, the triggering where they accelerate the repayment.
You want to recap the question real quick?
Yeah, so the question was, can you refinance once and not have to repay the down payment assistance second? And the answer to that is no. It's an acceleration. So if you transfer title, you got to pay back the DPA. Plus, there's a shared appreciation of whatever the value is when you bought versus when at that spot in time. Transfer title, refinance, sell the property. There's a handful of things in that list that say, hey, you gotta pay that money back. So even through a refi, if you sell it, you got to pay it back through the sale proceeds. Okay. What I'll say about that particular program, and I've had a lot of people ask me, what do you think is the best down payment assistance program? I've even had loan officers we work with that say, just what's the best? I just want to be able to research the one thing. I don't have to go through all these different programs. And well, welcome to the reality of things is the best is really what comes down to each and every client and what they bring to the table. So there isn't always like the best is always this for everyone. The beauty of our industry is no two deals are alike, no two people are alike. It's ever changing and it keeps it fresh. We're not working in an assembly line with the manufacturing plant and the conveyor belts just coming around. It's like, I'm clock watching. We have an opportunity to absolutely crush it, and take advantage of every minute of every day and make as much or as little as you otherwise want to make. So even when it comes down to the down payment assistance, there are programs we have out there that have no income limits. There are programs out there that might have higher income in relation to debt. They have different strokes for different folks. So whatever that particular borrower brings to the table, and we're going to drive them into whatever program makes most sense for them, rather than this is one size fits all, get back in line. Everybody gets the same. I'm not slopping crap in some like food line, cafeteria, where everybody gets the exact same plate, shut up and eat it. Okay. So it comes down to us is, what are you in the mood for? I'm the ultimate executive chef. What would you like? How would you like it prepared? Whatever it is that you want, I'm going to basically serve it up. And at the end of the day, as nice as I can possibly make it sound, I expect you to eat it. That's really it in a nutshell. As nice as I can possibly, if I do my job well, Do I expect you to move forward? I do, in a very nice way. And I'm going to find out exactly what it is that you want. I'm not going to just hit the high points. And all of a sudden I prepare the meal and miss the boat. Like, I had no idea you were vegan. Yeah, well, you done screwed up, son. Should have known that. You know? So at the end of the day, the reality of things is we're here to cater to people and whatever it is that they have going on. And if it works out right now, based on their situation, great. If we give them a path, roadmap to get to where they want to go, more power, but at least they're in our database and we know that they're a potential buyer at some point. Most of the people we talk to represent a paycheck to someone at some point on a given day. Almost every person we speak to. It's just a matter of who's going to get paid and what day and what time is the check going to hit. They're all out there. When you fly in and out of our local airports and you just look around in Southern California, there's a ton of business out there. Wow. What separates any one person from the next? They're all like ching, 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 ching. It's just a reality of how can we, corral them, keep them, within the fold, keep them within the database and make sure that once again, that whole top of mind thing is a big deal, but not to be understated. So the down payment assistance programs, of any ones that are out there, we pretty well shake a stick on all those too. Not much gets past us. We got a really, really large product offering. So anything that's out there, happy to help with anything. You have questions about anything, you can bounce calls. I've had people ask, what time you leaving the office tonight? My canned response is when I'm done. When I've finished all that I needed to do on a given day. If you called me, I'm going to call you back. If you emailed me, I'm going to, shy of like, it gets to maybe the 10 o'clock or after hour, but the reality of things, my kids are grown. They get it. I've been doing this forever. And I know people aren't calling me just to shoot the bull, that people will have questions and they have things that they need to get resolved. If they transfer title, it accelerates the repayment for the second and the shared appreciation from the time of purchase to the time of that transfer. So they can't transfer title. I'll tell you another little nuance in there. For a standard conventional loan, if I'm a married person, I can apply by myself, which you still can in this program, but I can't even bring on my non-borrowing spouse onto title on this program. They can't be on title. So there are you can't like, oh, we'll just transfer, we'll just do this. It is important for us as loan officers, and I've tried to beat it in everybody's brain. Our industry is confrontational by nature. You cannot put your head in the sand. You have to be able to discuss things. You have to be able to confront people. And I don't know what they're going to think of me, or, I have to be super clear and just really forthright for people to want to do business with me.
For Melinda's trust question real quick, though, we could close a home in a trust. So if we do have first-time home buyers, for Melinda's trust question, we could close in a trust. So if we have someone that knows they want to set up a trust, the idea would be to get that set up before we close escrow. So we close everything at once in the trust. All we need are trust documents showing what the trust states, right? Get specific. We submit that to our investor, our underwriter. They take care of that, and then we don't have to worry about that in the future. So we want to be proactive on our questions. We're talking to our first-time home buyers. I know I personally do on every purchase. Hey, I recommend you guys getting a trust set up, getting this put into a trust, and I explain the benefits of a trust to them so they understand the importance of that. But that's how we can solve that.
But what if they get married after they?
Okay, so only if they
Only if they
transfer
add.
title, if they add
Yeah.
people or delete people from title,
It will
but
trigger.
we're in a community property state. So unless there's a prenup, you came into the marriage and that's going to be a community property asset. So, but from the standpoint of adding somebody to title or deleting someone from title, that triggers the acceleration and the repayment. Laura?
The question is about rates, Greg. How competitive are we against credit unions, for instance?
The fact of the matter is we do business with lenders, and our investor base does so much business that they can reduce their profit margins and interest rates because they make it back in volume and what's called economies of scale. So the credit union, and I've gone toe to toe with Navy Federal Credit Union on VA loans time and time again, and we absolutely crush them. I've had people that are actively serving or honorably discharged that don't get it. Like, how can this be? It doesn't make sense. I've even heard this directly from clients. They have the word Navy in their name, they have federal in their name, and they're a freaking credit union. Like, who are you? The fact of the matter is, because we deal business with people that are funding hundreds of billions of dollars that are taking in almost 2,000 applications a day. They're crushing it way more than the credit union could ever shake a stick at. So the reality is the credit union, as much as they pass themselves off as a nonprofit, we're here for the members. They don't do enough in volume. They have overhead that they have to cover. They have locations, they have staff, they have people, they have medical benefits, retirement plans. They still have to cover their nut. And they're not doing nearly the volume that others are that can reduce the profit margins. And the best analogy is you drive around Southern California and there's a stinking Arco AM/PM on every single major intersection. And why do they all have a different price per gas? They're pumping the same gas. It's the same tanker that's coming in and refilling the drum. Why is the price per gallon different? Everybody's got a different price point. You know, it might be that they think, well, I'm in a premium location, I can do it. I have beautiful restrooms. You know, we have staff, we have this, we do that, you know, or it might be that we just sell a ton of gas and we can afford to do it. Why is the one-off AM/PM that's in the middle of the desert, nowhere land, double the price per gallon? They're not turning the volume. They got to make it back on a unit per unit basis.
So we can confidently tell a veteran, a teacher, a police officer, come cross-qualified.
Love to compete for the business. Love to compete for the business. There's very few we get priced out. There are certain examples of people where if you start to get into 6-digit depository relationships with banks and you got a private banker relationship, they may quote unquote drop their pants and give you the deal of the century.
Hey, guys.
It's plausible. It's plausible.
Every,
Yeah.
every deal you guys have, we could cross qualify and we could compete for that business for you and get a better turn around, smoother transaction altogether. So if no question. So if you guys have anything you'd like us to do, we'll partner you with a loan officer for your office and we'll get you guys right in front of a top loan officer so you guys know exactly what's going on and you can work with these individuals and they could show you exactly how we compete for your guys' business and earn your business. That's all we want to do is help you guys win so we could win and earn your business.
Like it's important to say, we don't need a credit. We don't have to do that.
So the cross qual is also free and they can be for buyers. They can be for any of your listings as well. So any prospective, offers that you're getting, even if we're not doing the transaction, we're happy to help. You have a question, Valerie? No? All right.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna take Greg with me when I go pump gas.
Yeah.
See if he can give me a better deal. All right, I'm gonna give it a second for all the applause and cheering to stop on Zoom. It's happening. You can't convince me otherwise. Yeah, just someone's. Yeah. All right. So I'll be real brief. I always am. We had 13 affiliations from realtors and loan officers this last month. I'm going to read off their names if you can hold the applause till the end. We have Shelly Thompson, Bieni Narcisian, Joni Carver, Destiny Jimenez, Andrea Angel, Akil Abbas, Hector Ramirez, Marco Luna Mancero, Javed Akhtar, Nancy Alvarez, Ruth Queja. We have Helen Lee and Cece Swed, all join our brokerage. So let's welcome them with a round of applause. Okay, so I did want to plug the program. Most of you know about it. I've talked to a few people here today, but very simple. We don't want to take away from your business. We want you guys plugging away, but you guys run across people all the time. Their heads hanging low. That cloud that Robert was talking about, it's there with them, right? If you feel that there's somebody out there that would be a good fit that you'd want to work with, that you feel that will take advantage of the tools and resources we have, shoot them my name and number. I'm on the agent resource guide. You guys can easily reach out to me. Any one of your telegrams, mine goes off all day. So reach out. I'll go after them. Mike will go after them. We don't want you guys spending any of your time. However, if you're the one that initiates just an introduction, you guys will get 10% of company dollar for life as long as you're both with the brokerage. So how awesome is that? Is it going to change your life? Not every single paycheck. No, but 10% of company dollar. It's nice. It's a nice bag. It's a nice pair of shoes. It's a dinner out, depending on the price, right? And if you get a few of them coming in, now you've got a stream of people that are like-minded. And guess what? You guys will work together. So there is that. And then the last thing, I just have a little golden nugget. Again, Robert talked about that cloud that some people have felt. And it's funny because people's character comes through when there's adversity, right? When there's tough times, you really start seeing what people are made out of. And some people, they did buckle, unfortunately. But one thing I have noticed, and by calling agents on a regular, top producers, by working with top producers here in the office, one thing they all have in common, the ability to remove excuses. Excuses just don't exist in their realm. They will take an excuse that you could probably use it as an excuse, and they'll trash it out. They won't let anything become an excuse because they know that all that does is hurt their chances for success later. So I have a quote that I want to share. If it's never our fault, we can't take responsibility for it. If we can't take responsibility for it, we'll always be its victims. And that was Richard Bach that said that. So that's my golden nugget for this month. And that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Good job, Eddie.
Huh? That was one of his best quotes for Eddie. All right, shout outs and recognition. Who's ready for that? Yeah, I like how Keith put me last, so everybody had to stay on for the best part, right? That's what happens when you have an analytical brother. Yeah, just like dab, 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 right? Before I get started, though, I want to start off with an affirmation with everybody. So everybody come off mute on the Zoom. I saw Karen, Harry, Georgina. I saw you weren't showing your video. Let's get you guys off mute, and on the count of three, we're all going to shout, "It's my time." Okay? Is everybody ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. It's my time. Anybody else?
My
Okay, good,
time.
good job, guys. Right on.
It's my time.
All right.
It's
All
my
right, so
time.
for recognition,
It's
some
my
shout outs.
time.
I'm going to go through two different parts. We're going to give all the stats for the recognition. The first one we're going to go over is listings for the month of March. So to start us off, we had Melissa Grosso out of our Marietta location, actually now Temecula location, with 4 new listings for the month of March. So congratulations. Secondly, we had Melinda Elmer and her team out of our Long Beach location, also with 4 listings for the month. So congrats, Melinda. Mark and Al team, they also finished with 4 for the month. So congrats, Mark and Al. I know Robert's back here too. I think he also had a couple in there as well. Fire Family Real Estate with 3 transactions closed out for the month. Great job. And to finish us off, we had Jose Vasquez with 3 listings closed out for the month. So congrats, Jose. All right, moving over to buyers, we had Georgina Bolton. Good story about Georgina. What you're going to see is Georgina is one of our realtors that took the plunge and got her NMLS license. So she does loans and real estate. She rarely does it for anybody else. She just does her own loans, does her own real estate. She closed 3 buyers for the month of March and also got 2 of the loans for those buyers. Congrats. We had for buyers, we had Mark and Al also with 3 for the month. So congrats, Mark and Al team. We had Melinda Elmer also with 3 for the month. So congrats on Melinda Elmer and her team. All right, top volume. To start us off, Mark and Al in the month of March closed $3,122,937 in total volume. Congratulations. Right behind Mark and Al, we had Melinda Elmer and her team at $2,750,925. So congrats, Melinda and her team. And then to finish us off, we had Steve Costa and Aaron Lanning out of our Menifee location with $1,977,720. So congrats, Steve and Aaron. Yeah. All right, over to our 21st century lending. I only picked the top 2. We had Mr. Scott Steele. He had 5 closings in the month of March for lending. So congrats, Scott. And you guys already heard it. Georgina Bolton closed 2 for the month. So congrats, Georgina, as well. All right, I got some really cool winning stories. I think you guys are all going to appreciate these. We had Marilyn Martinez out of our Diamond Bar location. She was able to achieve her largest listing she's ever gotten. It was $3.3 million. She got it into escrow in 7 days for $400,000 over asking price. So congrats, Marilyn. Very good. Next up, we got Mr. Otto Fonseca out of our Menifee location. Otto currently has 13 deals he's working. He has shifted over from only doing listings to also working as buyers. He has 7 total listings and 6 total buyers that he's working with. So 13 in total, and a bunch of them already going into escrow. So congrats to Otto. One thing on that point, when I asked Otto, what has been the new success that you've seen? Otto's always been a very tremendous realtor, always had a ton of success. 13 is a lot, especially in this market. I don't know a lot of people that have 13 going on. So I asked him, hey, what have you changed? And he said, the number one thing I changed was my mindset. my clients come first in everything that I do, and I'm just doing purely customer service. Everything I do has to do with customer service. So he's really raised the bar in his customer service, and it's transcending in a lot more transactions. All right. Next up, we had Tama McMacken out of Hemet. Tama is a part-time realtor with our Hemet location. In the month of March, she closed 3 transactions and opened up a new escrow. I want to say congratulations to Tama, because that's huge when you have a full-time job and you're working part of the day for real estate. Closing 3 in 1 month is a hell of a feat. So great job, Tama. All right, and Enrique Vasquez out of Covina location currently has 7 closings for the year and 6 active listings. He has the most, I believe, going on right now for active in escrow listings. So congratulations, Enrique. That's amazing. All right, next up, Mr. Tim Gallegos, also out of Covina. Tim Gallegos, we pulled up stats this morning for the year. So a rolling year of 12 months, he's up 193% compared to the previous 12 months. Yeah, so congrats. Yeah. Yeah. Out of our Hemet location, we had one of our mentors, Vince Peterbaugh, and his mentee, Blanca Hernandez. They got the listing, the sale, the loan. They got us in-house for the escrow, and I believe they got the deal on the other side of that as well, upwards of $40,000 in commissions earned. So I thought that was huge. If you guys don't know Hemet, a lot of those places that you're selling out there, manufactured homes, 160,000, average sales price probably 350, 400, $40,000 in the books is a great deal, right? So congrats, Vince and Blanca. Next up, we had Zora Emery out of Oceanside. So this is a funny story. So Zora was out doing door knocking out of our Oceanside location. And I told everyone I wasn't going to tell the story, but it's kind of one of the stories you have to tell. She was out door knocking, and she was walking to her next house, and she saw people trying to get in through the window of the next house. And the story goes that there was a death in the family in that house, the person that owned the house. So the family kind of came in and found out, someone passed away in the house. 2 weeks later, she goes back to the house, finds the son there, ends up getting the listing and sells the house. So Zora Emery, I thought your relentless attitude's remarkable. Great job going back, getting the listing. Phenomenal job. Next up, and I promise you I'm going fast. I got to get through everybody. I want to make sure everybody gets the recognition they deserve. Lauren Espy out of our Hemet location in the last couple weeks of March, I believe it was in the last 10 days of March, got 4 new listings on the board. So congratulations, Lauren Espy. And I believe she's coached by Robert Hertel. Yes. Next up, we had Mary and Carlo Marino, one of my coaching clients. They were able to close. They double-ended a deal in March, and then they got a new listing from my agent finder, and now they're double-ending that deal, and it just went into escrow in 2 days. So I want to give them a huge shout out. They're now our highest converting couples team in our brokerage. So congratulations, Mary and Carlo. Next up, we had Sharon Zhu, I believe it's XU. Please correct me if I'm saying it wrong. She joined our brokerage in February. She didn't have a lot of tools from the last brokerage that she came from. So she got with one of our concierges. They put together a listing presentation. They put together a CMA and Moxie. She went out on the listing presentation. Turns out it was a $3 million listing, and she nailed it. So right now it's currently listed. So congratulations to Sharon. Thought that was huge. Lastly, we had Georgina and her mentee, Ron Umali, out of our Marietta and Temecula office. Ron got his license January 23rd of this year, and they were able to just close out his first deal at the end of the last week in March. So congratulations, Georgina and Ron. All right. Couple more shout outs before I get to the final one, because that's the big one. I want to give a shout out to everyone at Century 21 and 21st Century. Our amazing concierge team, our escrow team, our processors. If you haven't met my brother Keith, meet him. He's an abundance of knowledge. I'm sure you've heard Randy, amazing broker, with the best in the business, and we have the best staff. So I want to say thank you to all you guys. And then lastly, Livia Fatel out of Covina. She's getting an office in Irvine. Right now, she has 9 million in pending sales, most in the entire company, which is also translates to the highest in pending GCI, which 9 million would do that. So congratulations, Olivia. That was huge. Thank you guys so much for coming to the meeting. And then Keith, if you have anything left. Yep. Yep.
All right, guys, thanks for coming out today. If you guys are around at 12:15, you absolutely have to tune in for our 12:15 training. It's actually a mastermind. You have Melinda, you have Robert Kofer, and you have Karen Myatt. So you got just a powerhouse panel. You guys got to tune in and hang out for that. Mike Ferry on May 5th. Write it down in your calendars right now. All of you are showing up. Okay. May 5th. It's mandatory. My dad said it's mandatory. It's on May 5th. Mike Ferry is going to be out here. He's doing a private training. It's a 2-hour training just for us on how to get listings, guys. So it's just for you guys. I think our goal is to have 300-400 people there. You guys please come out. It's a good networking opportunity. You get to hear from the one and only Mike Ferry. Okay. Location is it's in Pomona. We will send it out. You should have already gotten some emails and some RSVPs. If you haven't, let us know. We'll get you the RSVP. Okay. All right, guys, let's make it a great day.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you.